discover what this flock of wicked wolves is hiding.
There's some Scooby-Doo shit going on here.
Scooby-Doo.
Senior Detectives Podcast, a cozy corner to talk about mysteries of all kinds. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Lauren. Today we will be covering Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. It is, of course, the third installment in the movie series written and directed by Rian Johnson and featuring Daniel Craig as the iconic Detective Benoit Blanc. We'll start today with a short summary paraphrased from IMDb. Blanc teams up with an earnest young priest to investigate a perfectly impossible crime at a small-town church with a dark history. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. It's not a spoiler that we love this movie.
We love it. We love this series. We love Rian Johnson. We love Daniel Craig. Yeah.
My love for it grows deeper with each movie.
I agree. Totally.
And it started out really strong.
Yes, it did. So. Yeah, I mean, the original Knives Out, I think, is a comfort movie for both of us.
Oh, yeah. We just rewatch it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all fantastic. And this one is certainly no exception. I think for many people, it rose to number one on their ranking list. So
if you're unfamiliar with the series, they're loosely unconnected murder mystery stories. Mm-hmm. They're only connected by the through line, which is Benoit Blanc, which is Daniel Craig's character. Mm-hmm. And you've probably seen memes about him online talking like the chicken lawyer from Futurama, if you're familiar, but he talks like a Southern gentleman.
Yes.
And it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Very exaggerated in such a fun way.
Yeah. I think half the charm of that character is just you can tell how much fun Daniel Craig has being Benoit Blanc.
Yes.
He's I love him so much. And he's like, I guess it's such a trope with these detectives that are the tying thread for like their own series, that they're like an asshole or like
they're super smart and they know it. Like they're cocky.
Yeah. And like Blanc is very smart, but he's also like wildly empathetic and sympathetic and
he's
emotional. I just love him so much.
He's like a real person. Like they made him a person and not like a drone that solves crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I feel like to kind of counteract that is they like kind of turn the dial up on the silly with his persona.
Yeah.
But in general, he's a great character. I wouldn't call him the lead. And I think that's why these movies work so well is that he's never the main character.
Yes, I agree.
He takes like an hour to show up in this movie.
He does.
And I love that.
I was getting a little like, okay, he's in it, right? Like, yes, he was at the beginning. But yeah, I mean, I think honestly, screen time wise, it is about the same because even in the other movies, there's so many flashbacks. It's just like, this is like a lot of upfront flashback before he enters. So I agree. He's not the main character. And I think it serves the story so much better than making it all about the detective.
Right. The way these movies work so well, I think, is doing that dive into the main character's story and you're learning about them. And then Blanc is just there and shows up at some point. And the relationship between the main character and Blanc is always very important to me. It's like
good.
a huge part of like the heart of the series. But he is not the main character. I think he's just there to like guide them. And I love that.
And they have knocked it out of the park with their protagonist every movie.
Oh, yeah.
Each of them it's just phenomenal. So the one for this one is Josh O'Connor. He plays Father Judd Duplessis. Plenty.
I always want to say duplicity, but
I know, me too.
That's not the word.
Myself. No.
I have to like literally look at each letter and be like duplenticity, because it just does not roll off my tongue very well.
The first male lead that they've had, and he crushes it. Yeah.
He's great. Yeah. I think this movie rested pretty solidly on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of true with each of the Knives Out films. Like I think, I mean, Blanc is there and Daniel Craig is there. He's such a strong like foundation, but like ultimately, if this lead character doesn't work and doesn't pull it off, then the whole movie kind of crumbles, I think.
I totally agree.
These are always big ensemble cast films.
But the ensemble doesn't do much. Like,
no.
I saw online that a lot of the hate this movie got was surrounded around you had these big name actors and you didn't do enough with them. But I'm like, that's what these movies are. They're always big name actors. That's just how he rolls. But they serve the story and how they're meant to. It's not about them.
I think it's just hard for people to see like Andrew Scott and Kerry Washington, which I think Kerry Washington has her moment in the movie.
She has
Andrew
a pretty
Scott
big role. His is much
doesn't.
Yeah,
he's pretty minimal. He's just like, and I love that these bigger actors get a chance to just like show up and have fun and make a fun movie, and then like
be
go
a
home
quirky cast member.
Yeah, like the way I would sign up for one of these movies so fast if I was an actor. I'd be like, I don't care what you have me do. I'm down.
Yes, I totally agree. Yeah. They're funny. They're very quippy and clever, but they make me giggle throughout this movie for sure. I would say both with dialogue and like they had quite a bit of physical comedy in this one. And it's great.
This one might be the funniest one for me.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think this one is the funniest. Yeah. It just hit my funny zone very particularly more than the others did.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the pieces of that is Glenn Close is showing up and knocking it out of the park in this movie.
Of course she is. Yeah.
Her character's so over the top and I love her so much for it. Yeah. She's having a great time too. Yeah. Like she has, next to Blanc, I think the funnest role to play here because she gets to just be crazy.
The crazy religious, over the top, screaming at everything. Yeah.
And like, who better to play an over the top woman? Like I feel like I look back at all of Glenn Close's roles that she's known for, and she's always played a little bit unhinged.
Cruella de Vil.
Yeah. And she's in, what is it Dangerous Liaisons? I always confuse the title of that movie with another movie, and I'm not sure if I'm saying the right one, but yeah, I mean, she's incredible. And she's, no less than this film. She really, there's a lot of screaming.
There's a lot of screaming.
The dramatic, over the top screaming. And it's so good.
Yeah, Mila Kunis is also in it, and she's in quite a serious role. She plays the like chief police officer. And I saw her get a lot of hate too. And I'm like, that's just because you brought your preconceived notions of her as an actress into this. But I feel like she did great. I feel like everyone did great.
She does fine, but I think Mila Kunis is my biggest gripe with this film, if I'm completely honest.
Oh my God. I saw something that said the other top choice was Lindsay Lohan. And I don't know if that's true, but I'm like, both of those are wild decisions.
See, okay, so that is my point. I think that because it's the fact that she's the police chief.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I feel like Mila Kunis plays this role very seriously and like straight across the board. And I don't think it's written that way. Like, and the fact that Lindsay Lohan was the other top choice tells me that this role is like, it's supposed to be inherently kind of a joke that this small town police chief is like someone like Mila Kunis or Lindsay Lohan. And I don't know. I feel like I needed her to play it a little more tongue in cheek. And I don't think she's playing it tongue in cheek. And I think that's why it doesn't work for me. But I think the character's fine. She doesn't like ruin the movie or anything by that means. Like, not at all. Like, she's great. I just feel like the character is sort of written kind of like Glenn Close's character. Like she's meant to be a little bit over the top and a little bit like she's like a Stars Hollow townie is how I want her to be played. Like a little bit like loosey goosey, and I think she just plays it a little too serious for me.
I feel like I don't know, because I think that maybe they tried to give Daniel Craig a bit of a counter as far as goofiness with like actual law enforcement, like they did with the first movie. But then, of course, they had what's his name be Trooper Wagner, who was like there for the comedic relief and countering his, counter. So I guess I could see both. I see both sides, but it didn't take me out of it at all.
I feel like she doesn't know what movie she's in, is how it feels to me.
Okay.
That's how it comes across to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Mila Kunis, we have Dr. Nat Sharp, Jeremy Renner. I'm not sure if this is his first return to screen since his
what?
accident.
I don't know what happened.
He had a really horrific snowplow accident. I think he saved a child or something like that. Big time reconstructive facial surgery.
Really?
Yeah. This is the first time I've seen him since the snowplow incident, but
wow.
I'm not like a Marvel person, so I don't know if he's been in like any Marvel stuff since then or anything. But yeah, a couple years ago.
Wow.
Really bad accident. Yeah.
Okay. He's looking fine.
He looks like Jeremy Renner. Honestly, he had a good doctor for sure. But yeah, he plays Dr. Nat, who is just recently divorced.
Yeah. Spiraling into a hatred of women and life in general and drunkenness.
Yeah. His wife left him for some guy she met on a Fish the Band messaging board. It's very funny to me. Also, Fish to me is like such a white man sort of band, and his wife was a black woman, and like that is inherently funny to me. She left someone on a Fish messaging board. I don't know. It's a good joke. It's solid.
Yeah.
We have Vera Draven,
who's Kerry Washington.
Yes, iconic.
Who's very bitter. Plays that well, I think.
She has been kind of stuck raising her father's bastard. We'll use that word because it's such a ridiculous word to me. Her father's bastard son, who he like brought home when he was like 10 years old and was like, hey, here's your little brother. He's your responsibility now.
Yeah, and she hates him for it. Also, he sucks. His name is Cy Draven, played by Daryl McCormack. Yeah, he was my least favorite of the little townies.
Yeah,
he's always got a camera. He's one of those.
He's like a wannabe vlogger, and
influencer
he's really leaning
/ politician.
Right, like he's coming off of like a failed political drive where he was trying to get into office, and I think for Congress or something. Yeah, he's just looking for any other entry into like the political sphere, and he's really trying to wedge his way in on the conservative side of things, and just there's a long monologue he does of like the different things that he has tried to like stir the pot, and it's just it goes
on for I feel like they timed it exactly right, because if it hadn't gone on long enough, I would be like, okay. But it went on for so long that it became funny. It became quite funny.
Right. Yeah. It's a huge list, like laundry list of like hot button talking points that he has tried to use to his advantage, and just none of it's working because he doesn't have the personality for it.
Yeah.
We have Lee Ross, who's played by Andrew Scott, who, the hot priest.
I know. When he popped up, I was like, because he's.
But we have another hot priest in this movie.
Yeah. I thought it was really fun that he was in it, but I mean, his character is, quite small, but he plays like a crazy, delusional conspiracy author, which was fun for him. There's a point at which they show him outside of his house and he has built like an actual moat around the house and he's filling it with a water hose. It's so funny.
It's like 2.5 feet wide too. Like
it's mostly symbolic, but still.
It's mostly symbolic. Yeah, I love the little asides we get for each of these characters as Father Judd is arriving to the church and meeting each of them and spending a little time with these. So this list of people are like the main churchgoers that come to this church he's been reassigned to.
Yeah.
He's got like a sign, and I can't remember what the sign says, but it's like the fortress or something like that. And he's built a dinky little moat around his house where you can still see like the tarp.
Yeah,
he's like made the, and he's got a suit of armor outside.
Yeah, I think there's two. Silly. Yeah,
yeah.
And then there's Simone Fivane, who's played by Kaylee Spaney. You know how to say that last name? Spaney.
Yeah. Did you end up watching season 2 of The Last of Us?
No, I'm really worried about it.
She's one of the leads.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she play
I
Abigail?
can't remember the character's name. I think so.
The other lead girl?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Or not Dina. No, she's not.
I don't think she's Ellie's love interest.
No. Okay. Yeah.
I think she's the other person.
Not the right
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll give it. I'm just really worried about watching it because I want it to be really good. You know, it's why I haven't watched Zootopia 2 yet, or you know.
That's fair. Yeah, I haven't had the heart to go into Last of Us 2 yet because, like, I know what happens and I'm just like not ready for that.
That too, yeah.
She's great. I just watched her in Alien Romulus. She's the lead character in that, and she's incredible. That movie's so good, by the way. I loved that. It's so good.
Yeah, she does great. She's another one of the characters that I think plays it very straight.
Mm-hmm.
She's not quirky, really. She's just like a woman in pain.
Mm-hmm.
This storyline felt very realistic to me and like really played on how church can be predatory against people that are like desperate for a miracle to help them in some way.
That element is kind of throughout each of these stories. As Father Judd is meeting all these characters, he's kind of learning what religion means to them and what their relationship is to the church and what they're looking to get out of it, because they all are looking to get something out of it. And it's very different for all of them. I think that kind of underline is the most compelling part of the greater story here.
Yeah.
Because that like ties everything together by the end.
And they've all been manipulated and kind of brainwashed into being so devoted to this man.
Right. They are more devoted to the man than the church. And that is proven later. And then the last two people we meet Samson, who's like the groundskeeper for the church. He's played by Thomas Hayden Church, and he's given up his relationship with alcohol, and the church is like what's keeping him going, what's keeping him sober. So it's really important to him for that reason. And
he's in a relationship with Martha, Glenn Close's character.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually don't think we mentioned Wicks.
I kind of was saving him for last because
he's quite a character.
He's something. He's played by Josh Brolin, who, in my opinion, is like basically cosplaying Jeff Bridges in this movie.
Dude, when we had like a debate on if it was Jeff Bridges or not, and Kai also thought maybe it was Kurt Russell, and I'm like, it is not either of those men. But he looks so much like both of them.
Yes. I've seen so many people on TikTok and stuff think that this is Jeff Bridges, and it's not. It's a very common discussion people are having of being
he
like,
looks
what do you
like
mean?
Jeff Bridges in The Big Lebowski.
Yes. Yeah. It's just The Big Lebowski. Yep.
Yeah.
But his character, he's Monsignor Jefferson Wicks, who is like the leader, the figurehead of this small church. Yeah, he's incredibly toxic and manipulative, and really gets off on the power of his position.
He's one of those people that will yell at you just to admire his work and how you are afraid or how it affects you. I loathe him. I loathe him. And my biggest gripe with this movie is how much screen time he gets, because I understand we're meant to hate him. They did their job. But he is on the screen doing his bullshit for so long, and I got tired of it.
It does feel like it takes him too long to die.
And then he comes back like with the flashbacks.
Yeah. You don't really ever get rid of him.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So loose thoughts overall. Oh, I love it.
I love it.
I don't want to give too much away before the fully end bit, but
the vibes are maybe not quite as cozy as Knives Out, but still quite cozy. Like, it's set in upstate New York, but also filmed in England. And it's very like, even within the church, they do this like symbolism kind of lighting where whenever somebody like basically has faith, like they're talking about faith or they're showing that they have faith, the lighting gets very warm in the church.
Golden.
Yes. It's very pretty. And then the outside shots are in this like super lush green area, also very pretty.
This forest. I don't know if that forest is England.
Probably not, right?
I don't know. England has some of those forests like that. It's kind of crazy. It always surprises me when they have like really lush areas, because I don't think of it that way. But
like a plantation kind of forest.
Yeah. Big, tall, like chest high ferns, just like covering the ground. Like, I just want to live my whole life in that forest.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. The lighting is really cool. Like, I really enjoy there's a conversation where Father Judd is meeting Benoit Blanc, and they're talking about faith, and Blanc is very clear that he like doesn't subscribe to any sort of faith or religion. And Father Judd is kind of having like a crisis of religion. And so like the lighting will like go really gray when he's in his low moments and he's doubting himself. And then it will like warm back up as he starts to kind of think like, no, this is what I'm meant to do. And it's so
neat.
It's such a nice touch.
It is. Yeah. The stylistic choices in all of these movies they just add so much to the overall.
The flashbacks we see of the character named Grace, who was Jefferson Wicks's mother. And you see two different versions of same like flashback of her. And they are so different in style. If you watch them back to back, it's really cool how
very cool
the whole scene sort of changes, and depending on who's telling the story or how the person is telling the story. And I loved that as well.
Everything is either blue or red. Not everything, because like sometimes there's like a purple thrown in or a green thrown in, and I don't understand the symbolism of those being thrown in. But for, I would say 98% of the movie, it's blue or red. The windows, the paintings in the room, whatever they're wearing, like it reminded me a lot of Last Night in Soho, which is another one of our favorite writer-directors, Edgar Wright. It was so neat. And like on the rewatches, I would like start to look at like, other things than exactly what's going on the screen. And I'd be like, oh my God, that painting is literally just blue and red. It was blowing my mind.
There are some shots. There's one shot where Father Judd is upstairs in his room and he's looking out over the grounds, and his room has like a stained glass window that has blue and red panes in it. And so as he's looking through that, there's like a patchy filter of blue and red over the shot. And that keeps coming back.
It does.
There's a lot of shots where it looks like there's a filter partially over the screen. Like it's not like there's like a red filter over everything, but it's just like one section of the shot.
Yeah.
It's just blue or red, and it's really cool.
It's so neat. It's like stained glass over a memory or I also wanted to non-spoilery touch on, I think the balance of respect for religion and distrust and like disrespect of religion was so well done. As you know, we grew up in the South and we were surrounded by, you know, quite religious types. Well, I don't think either of us grew up that way and certainly are not now, but I just think that they mingled the two of those, mainly done through like the interaction of the characters that are at odds ideologically, like Blanc and Judd, or that they sit at different places on the spectrum of it. The mingling was just, it was, in my opinion, almost flawless. Like, I think it was so well done.
I agree. But I think we're coming at it from really similar points of view.
That's
I guess
true.
I'd be really curious to see somebody who is very religious and takes it very seriously, how they feel about this movie and its portrayal of religion, because it does, like, it kind of pokes holes in it.
It does.
And it pokes holes in not so much religion, but like religion as like an entity, like a concept, and like something operating in modern society, like the church,
right?
More so rather than like religion
individual
as a concept.
Experiences,
But I think it does such a good job, of like also pointing out that like, hey, this is a totally valid thing that helps a lot of people, and it's not inherently bad. It's just, you know, like everything,
everything can be used for
and can be used. I'd be really curious to see how somebody who themselves is a more religious person, how they feel about this movie, because I don't really have any stake in it. I'm not a particularly religious person, so I enjoy the objectivity of it and like seeing both sides of it. I think it's done really well, but I might not feel that way if I were you know,
me myself, I'm not really against or for it. So I guess this movie, like, well, I don't know if it there are two characters that are against and for it. So I just, you know, you're right. We don't have that perspective, but I think from my perspective, I thought it was good.
Yeah, I would agree. And I would hope that, I think it does it well enough that I would hope that somebody who is religious wouldn't take offense to this, because they're seeing the good and bad of it. I don't know.
And Rian Johnson does that. Each of these movies they're not centered around these themes, but they're present, like big controversial topics that he does not shy away from, but I think handles quite well.
I think so. I would agree with that 100%. He definitely takes some pretty buzzword type issues from our current society and just slides them in as like the main theme of his movies. And manages to like navigate it really well. It's a talent.
It is.
It's a talent. Yeah, we can talk about kind of like our early inklings here. Like, what theories did you hold? Well, we're not going to spoil the actual solution here. We're not going to get into full spoilers, but just like, I was so convinced most of the movie that Martha had something to do with it.
I agree. She's so suspicious, but she was screaming red herring to me.
She was. But I just kept telling myself, like, she's too obvious. She's a red herring. Obvious. She's such a like zealot in this that I was like, she's just doing too much. It can't be Martha.
I was thinking briefly like it was all of them, like one of those types of mysteries.
Which would make sense. Like, I feel it sets itself up for that. In that there's Wicks who dies, and you have all of these people who are very close and devoted to him for one reason or another. And I feel like
has been manipulating them.
Right. And it fully sets up the that concept of like, they all work together to take him out. And that's kind of literally in this movie, is that it has so many elements of all of these classic murder mystery stories. And I think that's one of them. That's so very like Murder on the Orient Express. Like, I mean, spoilers for a very old murder mystery story that like it was all of them. But Yeah, but it's written into this plot is that the characters they have a book club and they've been reading a bunch of old murder mystery stories. I love that.
To that, and that like it was them being like, yes, these stories are inspired by these original stories, but they are so original in themselves also. So yeah.
You and I really need to cover the murder of Roger Ackroyd because I want to talk about the murder of Roger Ackroyd right now, but I can't because I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
But it has elements of that too, which that's one of my favorite Agatha Christie stories. So that one really, I don't know. I love it. I love that it's part of it. I love that they roped it in because I was thinking to myself like, oh, this is very Murder on the Orient Express, or they reference very specifically The Hollow Man several times, which we have not read that either.
Yeah.
That's a classic. That's just it's one of my like blind spots in my murder mystery like content that I've consumed.
Yeah.
But I definitely it's moved up several spots in the queue because of this movie.
Yeah, they directly reference it, like passages from it and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I also for a time was convinced that he was not dead and that this was all his trick in order to, rise like Jesus. So
I feel like that's another plot of another. I mean, is that the plot of The Hollow Man? See, I don't know if that's specifically the plot of The Hollow Man because I haven't read that, but maybe it is. But I feel like that as a concept is in a bunch of stuff, though. It's like somebody's faked their own death, and then to some end wants to reappear or manipulate people to think they're dead. For sure thought that was going on, but I couldn't figure out how or why, like what his goal was for faking his own death, because I definitely thought he did, but wasn't sure how or what he was gonna do with that.
Right. Yeah.
Other than make them think he'd come back from the dead, like the literal Messiah.
Right. Yeah.
Which wouldn't be
to me, that
surprising
was the
coming from his character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, do we want to get into
spoilies?
Full spoilies?
It's time. If you haven't watched it yet, what are you doing?
Go watch it.
I know it's long, but it's so worth it.
It is long, and it really doesn't feel long to me.
No, I can sit there and just...
I've seen this movie 3.5 times, and...
close together. I watched it with you, and then literally the next day watched it with Kai, and then 4 days later watched it with our family. And it was great every time.
It's like eye candy, and I don't know why it feels like eye candy, but the visuals of this movie really just suck me in.
Yeah.
The church is weirdly beautiful. So there's a strip of wood. So I feel like the setting of this plays into the film a lot. It's the way this is all set up. There's the church, and then there's a long strip of woods, the really ferny woods that we were talking about. And then at the other end of that strip of wood is a building that's also owned by the church, which is where Father Judd lives, and it's the meeting place, it's where Martha
very
works
cozy.
and does all the admin stuff, and it's a very cozy little building. And the layout of all of that plays a lot into the plot and how everything is done and the way things happen in the story. And they walk that strip of woods
a lot
many times in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful. It's all stunning. It's so pretty. And yeah, I want to be there. It looks so nice and lovely.
So, welcome to spoilers.
It was Martha.
It was Martha.
It was Martha.
You can never count out a red herring because her being a red herring is a red herring.
Yes, it was Martha asterisk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because the big reveal of the main murder. So Jefferson Wicks gets murdered, and she did not
do that one.
Kill him specifically.
But she planned it. And
she plotted
in
his
it.
murder with Dr. Nat, Jeremy Renner,
who she chose because she thought he was easily manipulated. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is all Martha's work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I love the multiple reveals we get. So
agreed.
Wicks dies. His death scene is one of those impossible type murders.
Like a locked door mystery, but instead it's a cement room with nothing on the walls.
And in front of a group of people in the room where like nobody could have entered or exit without people seeing, which is very fun. I love the reveal of how that was all planned out and executed. But then there's like it's a Knives Out movie, so of course there's like a donut hole within the donut.
Within the donut,
so there's that. There's a second reveal.
Yes.
Martha was working with Dr. Nat the whole time, and then he double-crossed her and kills Samson, who she's that's her love. And poor Samson, man.
I know.
Arguably like the most blameless character here.
He's just in love with her and did what he was asked.
Right? And like his sobriety is dependent on his faith, and he's not enmeshed in the church and with Wicks like everyone else is. And like there's that scene where Kerry Washington like confronts them all and gives them all an opportunity to like step away from Wicks and acknowledge that he's like manipulating and controlling them, and none of them do. And Samson's not a part of that.
Yeah, he's not even there.
I love that he's just so blameless and just like he's just a good salt of the earth, like faithful man, and then he dies.
I know.
It's a bummer.
It is a bummer. There's a lot more death in this one.
There is, yeah. Everybody else who dies, I was like, oh,
whatever.
Shame.
But yeah, his was rough. And Martha's scene where she overhears that he has died. And she's doing her whole like praise be blah blah blah, and then she like her face drops and she starts to get like tears in her eyes, and she looks over and she's like, "No." It was it was very
Glenn
well
Close,
done.
everybody. Glenn Close.
Yeah.
She hits every note she needs to every single time.
Totally.
Yeah, it's a bummer that Samson dies. I hate it actually, but Wicks, we sort of get to see him die twice, which I don't hate.
I also don't hate it.
Yeah, we get that reveal where you find Blanc and Father Judd find Wicks's body and Dr. Nat's body in Dr. Nat's basement, and I love that moment of them draining the tub and there's another body at the bottom of the tub
with the ring.
It's so creepy and good and like I just and I don't know what the fuck like goo that like lime green goo some
the
sort of acid
goo that somehow people get. Yeah. Yeah, and I loved the switch of it from Martha's perspective where she's like talking to him and switches the coffee cups, but her face is just like smug as fuck when she switches them. Yeah, it's great.
The whole concept of this movie is that like everybody thinks Father Judd did it.
Right.
And Blanc invites Father Judd along in the same way that he does with
Marta and well, what's Andy's sister's name? Janelle Monáe. I don't remember.
Yeah. But in Glass Onion, they don't think she's guilty. Like they don't even really know she has anything to do with it, or that she's even not who she says she is, you know. Right. But like Knives Out, like Marta was definitely a suspect, and in this one, like Judd is definitely a suspect. But Blanc is so sure they're innocent that like he's like, come on, you're gonna help me solve this crime. And like I love the team up moment. I love like watching Father Judd and Blanc's scenes together.
I love that scene in the police station where Judd is convinced that he killed Samson. So he walks in all gooked up and he's just walking in and Blanc goes and he's like, no.
Right? Yeah, Blanc sees him coming in to like turn himself in and is like, no. It's like, come with me. We're going outside before anybody notices.
Yeah.
And then they go get in Blanc's car and he turns the ignition on and fucking Cats, the musical, is playing.
Yeah.
God, I love Benoit Blanc so much.
Yeah. Also the scene where he's like, bam, 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 bam. It's so funny.
I love his dramatic flair. I love Blanc's dramatic flair. And I love that his dramatic flair is like such a core part of his being. And like, I like that in this movie, he has to give that moment up.
Yes, that's what I was going to say is I love that Judd calls him out. He's like, this is a game to you. You want your checkmate moment. And I mean, it has been sprinkled to us that he's like addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it pokes fun at that detective trope. And I love that he gives it up purposefully, willingly, of his own accord, because he is a good person.
Yeah, ultimately. It's such a good bait and switch, because even though like they'd been kind of hinting at not having that moment throughout the movie, you know, like you can tell that moment is coming when they're like building up to Blanc's big speech where he tells how everything was done.
Yeah.
But then he fizzles it out on purpose. And it's such a like misdirect.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's a great moment for Blanc. I do too. He wants to give Martha her moment to confess and do so in according to her relationship with religion. Like it ultimately is him respecting her faith.
I know. And I love it because he's against, you know?
Yeah. Right.
But he's respectful.
He calls himself a skeptic.
Yeah.
It's a really wonderful moment. I love it so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get Glenn Close to have a monologue. And something else that these movies do really well is they give these characters ginormous monologues. They're so long, but they don't feel long because of the visual aids and the cuts from scene to scene, and the way they're written are so like eloquently delivered, and I don't mind it at all. I would say the Wicks monologues, I was like, okay. But I think you're meant to be like, okay.
Right.
And
I think
they're so chock full of little foreshadowing moments. So it's still cool on a rewatch.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're meant to hate Wicks's. I think they're meant to be too much and too long and way too over the top. I mean, there's a whole montage of him berating new people that come into the church to get them to walk out and storm out because he wants that moment, that dramatic moment.
But that one was all about abandoning your children. And he abandoned his child. So he was basically talking to himself. So it was really cool on the rewatch to listen to that entire thing and just be like, sir, what do you mean?
Ain't it funny how that happens? People point fingers. Martha's monologue at the end where she confesses is, I think, the best part of this movie. The only other moment I think that really challenges it is that moment where Father Judd picks up the phone, the Louise scene.
Yeah.
Where he's on the phone. And like it starts out comedic, right? Because everybody's had that person on the phone that they're trying to get to please shut the fuck up. I need you to just focus and I need to ask you this question and I need you to answer it. But they like won't stop talking.
Yeah.
And it so gently changes into this really emotional moment, and Judd comes like back down. He like comes out of it, like out of the whole murder investigation, and is like, oh, this is what I'm here for. And like, it's so good. That's such a good nugget. I think that's the best scene in the movie. I
adore the Grace plotline. And when Judd, I'm going to start crying just thinking about it.
I know, I'm already tearing up.
When Judd is holding Martha in his arms and she's like, you know, Lord, forgive me, or like, Samson, please forgive me, blah, blah, blah. And he says, and Grace, Martha.
He makes her say
Grace. Because she's been holding on to her hatred of this woman her literal entire life, like since she was a child. And and then he helps her forgive her, or ask Grace for her forgiveness. Yeah, it's really good.
I think that's such a powerful moment. I feel like so often women are taught to hate other women, or that we are in competition with one another, and that I think Martha spent her entire life essentially trying to prove that she was better than Grace. Yeah. Literally. Like just a better woman.
She kept Eve's apple a secret. She didn't give in to temptation. Yeah.
Yes. Like she spent her whole life and she like devoted her life, like the purpose of it literally was to like prove that she was better than Grace. And I love that Father Judd makes her say it, like makes her forgive Grace, and oh, it's so good.
It cuts to that
so juicy.
That still shot of Grace looking up at her when she's like kneeling on the floor and she's like covered in water, and like her face looks like she's gonna break out into sobbing any moment. It's so evocative, and
oh man. Also very therapeutic to see in both flashbacks, see a child be an absolute little shit and then immediately get like punched for it. Like it makes me want to like punch the air every time. I'm like, yeah, hit that kid.
Yeah.
Obviously I don't condone that, but like honestly, can't say I wouldn't have done the same in Grace's position.
Yeah. They give a lot of good character arcs in this movie. Like Judd's character arc is wonderful. I love Martha's, I love Grace's, and I love Blanc's. So
Blanc, I think, has the most development in this story. I think his character in the first two films, I feel like I don't know that his character changes very much.
Yeah. Not
that he's supposed like he's not the lead character. We're not looking for, like the story's not about him. But in this one, he grows as a person, and that's so nice to see. Yeah, that's really cool.
And I like that they give us an epilogue. They tell us like how all the characters are doing, and it's funny. I do think at the very end, so like the moment when the jewel falls out of Martha's hand and Judd looks over and goes, "Shit," was so funny. He did so well with that.
Josh O'Connor he plays it so well. That's part of the humor for me is in the movie is like him not being able to control his mouth because he curses all the time, and then it's every time he's like, "Oops, sorry, I'm so sorry."
Yeah,
like, so relatable because like
and then that Blanc walks away. I do feel like even in the other movies, after Blanc has his aha moment, everybody look at me, I'm getting this addiction, satisfied. He is not these people judge and jury. He does not judge them. He just like steps out of their life and lets them handle it how they need to handle it. And I love that about him.
Yeah, that look where he and Judd like look at the gem and then look at each other, and Blanc's just like,
yeah,
like, I didn't see nothing.
It's perfect.
I saw nothing.
I will say, I think the most unrealistic part of this movie is that he puts the jewel in like a brand new statue of, Jesus on the cross in his chest. And I'm like, Cy Draven would have that shit down in a heartbeat and would be taking that.
Right. That's just a bad hiding place.
It's terrible.
What are you doing? And second, I hate the way that Jesus looks. I hate that Jesus carving. It's creepy as hell to me.
It is quite creepy.
It looks like a decaying body.
It does.
The way it's like
it's ribs.
There's like a crack down the rib cage, and I hate it. It makes me uncomfortable to look at. It reminds me of the way that the Inferi or whatever they're called in Harry Potter look. Yeah, where it's like it's not quite a skeleton. Like there's still flesh clinging to the I hate it. I hate the way this carving looks.
Yeah.
It's very off-putting, and and then he sticks the gem right in the chest, and I'm like, that's gonna be gone.
It's gonna be
immediately.
Gone. He already tore the place apart looking for it. Like he's gonna come back.
Right. Yeah. Grace tore the place apart.
Yeah.
She pulled the whole crucifix off the wall. Yeah. She would have found that shit so fast. Like listen, it's a like, all right, Judd, sure. Yeah, I guess that's
nice.
What does he say?
Symbolic.
Your real inheritance is in Christ.
Yeah.
I would have been, if I was, I would have been like, oh, okay, so you hid it inside Christ somewhere. Got it. Cool. Let's be a little more obvious.
Yeah.
But honestly, TBH, that's such a Father Judd move. I feel like that checks out for his character.
I do want to, if you're down, go over just like some of the Easter eggs we saw, or some like the rewatch, moments. I wrote down the ones that I could think of. I'm sure you have some that will blow my mind too.
I looked, and I don't think this one has as many like overt Easter eggs as the other ones do, where like it has a couple, but like nothing as much meta or mind blowing as like the other two did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
go
Glass
ahead.
Onion was chock full. You just kept
Oh,
coming
yeah.
with those. I was like, wow.
This one, not so much.
Okay, so Judd is writing his testimony, right? And as
Mhm.
the ambulance arrives in his story, he stops writing and it cuts to him stopping writing and like looking up and looking around. And that's at the exact moment that he takes something out of his story and chooses not to put it in.
He stops and looks up at Blanc and then decides to lie or omit
Mhm.
that moment. Yep.
Right. You can always tell the truth by not telling the whole truth. Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, when he says, I've been writing for an hour, it is exactly 1 hour into the movie.
Mhm. Mhm.
So-
You'll love to see it.
It's cool.
Mhm.
At the funeral, or when they're putting Wicks in the chamber, they
Mhm.
do a close up of every character's face except Samson, because Samson is in the crypt.
He's in the cast.
Which I noticed that one on the first watch. So, yes, I'm amazing.
I did not.
And then the other one I could notice was the Jesus statue that is given to Grace is holding a gem over its chest in the exact spot that it's located in Wicks's corpse, the old Wicks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And where it ends up getting hidden ultimately, like it
Right.
ends up in the ribcage of another of Christ himself.
Yeah. Those are
Yeah.
the ones I saw. I'm sure there's more, but
I'm sure there's more. I mean, it's one of those things where once you know how things are happening, like it's always there. Like you can see the thing sewn onto Wicks's. You can see the like wolf head that's
I
been
keep
painted
forgetting
red
to
and
look
sewn.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of little moments like that, but I think you really hit most of them. Like it
Nice.
really, this one doesn't have as many of the tongue-in-cheek direct
Mhm.
clues that the other ones do. Like there's definitely clues. Like we just recorded our episode on Broadchurch, and one of my biggest gripes was that there's not enough breadcrumbs
Mhm.
in that show to, if you wanted to figure out what was happening or who was responsible.
Yeah.
I don't know that you could have. And I think that it's these films, that's kind of like what they do.
Yeah.
Is there's so many little moments that hint to what's really going on
Mhm.
and stuff that you know, if you pay attention, it's there. The moment where they're in the bar and he's like looking at the picture and putting it down and looking at the picture and
Yeah.
putting it down. And Judd ends up noticing the bag, and like Dr. Nat is missing from the picture, but his bag is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the lamps are there and it's different.
Yeah.
And if
Blanc
you go
was
back and
like,
watch stuff like that,
do you notice?
that's-
And Judd said the bag, and he goes, "Oh yeah," because he was
Yeah,
not looking
Blanc's
at the
like-
bag.
right? Yeah, Blanc was not clocked in on that at all. Yeah, I love, and like you can tell from his reaction that he's like, "Oh,
Right.
sure, the bag."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and that's the cameo.
Oh, right.
Gosh, that actor, I don't remember his name, but he's in all of these films because he's buddies with Rian Johnson.
Yes.
And did you catch Joseph Gordon-Levitt's cameo in this one? Because remember in Glass Onion, he was the voice of the bong.
Oh, right. Yes. No, I didn't. Who is he in this one?
He's the baseball announcer for Samson's baseball game.
Oh my gosh. So he's like voices in them. That's fun.
Oh yeah, I don't think he really ever
in it.
is, because I can't remember what his cameo is in Knives Out, but he has one in that movie as well, I'm pretty sure. And
Okay.
yeah, they're very, very subtle.
It's Noah
but it's
Segan.
fun. Noah Segan. He's the bartender, which like I really want to go to that bar.
There's
It looks fun.
also, I do too. It looks so fun. There's also a scene I saw of him. He had gone to church one day, and it was when one of the people is talking to Judd, and it goes like a slow pan in on Wicks talking to somebody else. He walks by in the like mid ground with like 4 different children, like young girls, hanging on his body, and he's like walking out of the shot.
Didn't catch
What?
that at all. I didn't catch that at all. That's really funny.
Yes. I don't know what that was about, but
Oh, I love that.
yeah.
I spent a long time wondering what the significance of the butterflies
I did
was at Dr.
too.
Nat's house, because they're everywhere. Like his door knocker is a butterfly. He's got a bunch of like shadow boxes of insects in his house. His wallpaper has butterflies. Like they're everywhere in Dr. Nat's house.
What
and
is the symbolism?
I was trying to come up with some sort of like metaphor of like, yeah, like metamorphosis and like change and growth, and like thinking maybe there's something, because like that's what butterflies are meant to like
Maybe.
represent.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make any connections. But what I did go back and look for and notice was that his wife is wearing a butterfly brooch when they're shown in church together at the beginning of the movie. And I ultimately came to the conclusion, I think it's just meant to be like she really liked butterflies. And
he's kept everything the same.
Kept everything. He kept all her shit up on the walls, and like everything is exactly how it was when she left, basically. It's like the only significance I can. It just feels like if in a Knives Out movie, I was like, there has to be a deeper meaning to the butterfly.
Yeah. I mean, you can stretch it to say some stuff like Wicks and Samson identical doubles, or you can stretch, but yeah, that's what I got from it as well, is that, oh, he's like obsessed with her and has not grieved or moved on at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I adore it. To me, I think I put it level pegging with Knives Out.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think that they are strong in different ways.
They're all so wildly different. And I love that the stories do not follow the same formula.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they were like, oh, this one did well, so we're going to make the same movie again. They're drastically different. And I love that about them. I don't want the same movie again.
Right. It's refreshing that they aren't so formulaic, even though you could write down like some notes and these are present in all three, but I don't think he does so well at differentiating these main characters and making them like exist in their own way. Knives Out for me has a huge amount of like nostalgia and comfort.
Yeah.
And like, I think out of the three of them, it has that like, it nails the cozy murder mystery, autumnal. It hits like every check mark that I'm looking for with like a cozy murder mystery.
Yeah.
And it's such a strong opener for the series, and like, it's so good. But I think this movie and this script and stuff, I think it's ultimately like objectively a stronger script, because like we said, like Blanc grows as a person. I think the character arcs are better and more compelling, but like I can't put it above Knives Out. They're just, I think they're equal to me, but just for very different reasons.
And Glass Onions at the bottom.
And Glass Onions just like under them a little bit. I still really love Glass Onion. A lot. That one's very divisive. Like a lot of people really did not like it.
Janelle Monáe is stunning in it.
Well, yeah, she's one of those human beings that I'm like, okay, how are you? All right, you just got all the talent, all the beauty. Like they're just a very beautiful person.
Still love it, but it is not as vibey as either.
It's a product of its time too. I think it was like in the height of COVID, and I feel like it suffered from that a little bit.
Yeah, I still put Knives Out on top, I think, but that's like a very personal choice. I agree that story-wise, it might not be as strong, but for me, I really loved her relationship with Harlan, and I feel like because he is the murder we are investigating, all of the flashbacks were like pleasant. I loved their friendship. Whereas the murdered party in this one is Wicks, and I just can't stand him. And I know that's what we're meant to, but it's enough that it's not as fun to watch for me.
He's not as pleasant to spend time with, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Josh, I was about to say Jeff Bridges. God. Josh Brolin. Yeah, like I don't know what he's like as a person, but I enjoy watching him on screen in most of the roles he's in, and he does a really good job of making me really hate him in this movie. So,
yeah.
I also just wanted to mention, we wrote it here, but There's that part. So the church at the beginning of the movie, the church is called Our Lady of Perpetual Fortitude.
Yes.
And at one point, the sign outside the church gets knocked down. And Lauren and I were like, what letters?
What got knocked
fall
down?
off of that sign?
What got knocked down? Yeah.
And it's Fortitude. And then at the end of the movie, you can see that Father Judd has renamed it Our Lady of Perpetual Grace. Which is so good. I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yes.
I feel like this movie is going to have that same comfort movie. Like a couple years from now, I'm going to have the same nostalgia and comfort from this movie that I have with Knives Out.
Yeah.
It's just in a different way.
Agreed. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. So you can check out our next episode. It's going to be all about The Forgotten City, which is a video game like about time travel and time loop kind of style.
In like an ancient Roman Greek city ruins.
Learning everybody's secrets and lives and then changing things on the next loop. It's a good time. It is.
And you can watch us play it on our YouTube channel. We played the full game.
We did. And we stream usually on Wednesday nights. Sometimes it changes if we need to move stuff around, but most of the time, Wednesday nights over on Twitch, we are streaming. So come check us out.
Yeah.
Say hello. And we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye. Many thanks to Kindle for editing our pod and for our lovely theme songs. Thank you to Cozy Snail Designs for our cozy cover art. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/senior detectives. We are also on Twitter at SNR_detectives, TikTok at SNR Detectives Pod, and on Instagram at Senior Detectives Pod. See you there.